number 2 Baker University Wildcats took on and defeated number 23 William Penn last Saturday here in Liston Stadium for a 31-27 win. This makes their record 1-0 for the Wildcats, and it also was their 18th straight conference win. There was 60 newcomers here for the Baker Wildcats, and it was their first time in their first game to suit up as a Baker Wildcat. Keegan Schumann was the Heart's Defensive Player of the Week with 10 tackles against William Penn. The highlight of the game came when Clarence Clark kicked a field goal to become NAIA's all-time leading scorer with 526 points. This is Clark's senior year, and it's also the beginning of the season, so we can expect for him to lengthen that record even more. Here's Clarence Clark with more about his record-breaking performance. Clarence, you're the NAIA's all-time leading scorer after that field goal in the first half last Saturday. So what was going through your mind after you kicked that field goal?
Nothing much. I was actually just making sure that I was going to make the field goal first and foremost, but I was kind of keeping a running tally in my head, and I know that we had already scored a touchdown and I had kicked the PAT, so I only needed 3. So I wasn't nervous, but I was just really concentrating on it, and it was a pretty good feeling.
So this weekend you're taking on Grand View in Des Moines, Iowa, and so what can we expect from that game?
Yeah, it's going to be a great atmosphere. We're taking a really young crew with us. First away game, first overnight trip, so we're going to see, we're going to get to sleep in their hotel over in Des Moines. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good atmosphere. They're a great defense. They're all seniors and juniors with our freshman class that we have coming in. So it's going to be a really good test, and I'm pretty excited for it.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your record, and we look forward to watching you on Saturday.
Thank you.
You can view Saturday's game against Grandview on the Watch ESPN app or on ESPN3. Here's Baker's Sports Information Director Tyler Price with Coach Grossner.
Well, we're now here on week 2 in the Baker football season with Baker head coach Mike Grossner. Nice 31-27 win over a ranked William Penn last week. Now you take on number 9 ranked Grandview in Des Moines. What have you seen from Grandview in your prep so far this week?
Same old Grandview, very good program, top 10 team every year, former national champion in recent years. Mike does a great job of recruiting, reloading. At Media Day, he kind of talked highly about his offense. I can tell why. Up front, it looks like they've got some new additions that, from a JUCO standpoint, from the Iowa JUCOs that have really helped. They're big and strong, returning quarterback, a big kid. 6'3", 235, can run a little bit with it. I think he's got 2 really good wideouts, and in the first game they showcased 2 really good running backs. So going to be quite a challenge for our defense to contain and hold those guys down. And then offensively, we did some good things last weekend against a really good William Penn team. We sputtered at times. We've got some new faces that this will be their second collegiate game. And you make your most improvement in that second game. So I'm looking for bigger and better things. We did some really nice things when we had to. There was twice in the William Penn game that we had to score on a long drive, and our offense took it right down and put the points on the board. Our seniors, our big 3 played well. Logan played well in a tough situation. Cornell Brown made 2 big plays, and Clarence Clark made some big plays. So we're proud of those guys and how they stepped up in a big game. This is going to be one of those TV games, ESPN, KSMO here in Kansas City area. 11 in the morning, we're on the road. Half the team's never been on the road with us, so just getting them acclimated to how we do it. But, if you can't get up for this game as a player coach, you might as well get out of this business. And, it's number 2 against number 9. It's early in the season, but it's a big game for both of us.
Yeah, it is, and we've got a couple of great broadcasters with Neil Harwell and Len Meredith doing the game, and like you said, national televised, and you've got a lot of new guys. This will be the first time they've ever played in a setting like this. How do you get the team ripe and ready for a big event like this?
I won't have to say much. I'll say 3 or 4 things the night before, and as long as mentally they're right, get to bed on time, get up, get your food in you, and get to the stadium, and you're playing before some people wake up on the West Coast, And like I said, if they can't get rip-roaring for this one, might as well just pack it in. So we'll be ready. Grandview will be ready. I think it's one of those games where we'll fill each other out early, And then they've got some weapons, and we've got some weapons, and it's who makes the least mistakes, I think. And special teams is big. We made 2 big errors last weekend that almost cost us the game, so we need to shore up those areas. But I like the fact that, I like playing big games early in the season. It gets your team focused throughout camp and throughout the summer, and coming into week 2, we've utilized every minute to get ready for this one.
Coach, for you personally, you're going for your 100th career win at Baker. A program that's been around for over 120 years. You'd be just the second coach to reach that 100 win plateau, and of course we know who the other is, and that's Charlie Richard. What would that mean to you to capture that 100th victory here at BU?
It means I'm getting old. When you start setting records like that or getting to those spots, but what I do is reflect back on those years. We're in season 14. Every one of those guys that played for us is a part of this, a part of what we've done building, from that first recruiting class to that first playoff team in 08 to the championships in the last few years. Everybody's had a piece of it. I've had a great loyal staff. We really miss Coach Regalado this year. He's been with us since 08. He's taken over another program. But other than that, we've been pretty intact. Coach Thorne here 14 years. Coach Young with me most of the time, other than when he was Avila's head coach. Coach Aligo been here the whole time. Caleb Blakesley's been here since he graduated from KU. And then the multiple turnover has been within players. So we've had players that have had great careers here, and then they coach for us, and then they move on and take on other coaching endeavors. But I think that's been crucial for our success. We only have 2 full-time guys, and that's Coach Thorne and Coach Morris, who was a former player of ours. But these GAs and these student assistants that play here for 4, stay for 2 or 3 as a GA, they are gold. That's 7 years of football, Baker football, that they know the knowledge that they built as a player, and then hopefully we teach them something coaching, and they can bring that knowledge to our new players. But that's what it's all about. If we didn't have that set up, it would have been a struggle to get to 40 wins.
Coach, we appreciate your time. Good luck Saturday at 11 a.m.
All right, let's have fun.